Happy Money Monday!
Today's money topic doesn't really consist of necessarily a topic.
It is a topic,
It's more so like the mindset behind finances,
right? Which is really important.
honestly.
Dun dun dun.
Because you can know all these financial things and still be broke as fuck.
Ooh. Hold on, run that back.
Hold on. Can I have a little story to tell y'all? Once upon a time,
Oh God!
there was a little Shania, and I used to make good ass money. Like, it was like whenever I first graduated, I was working at a call center, I was working at Waffle House, whatever. Your girl was hustling, doing her thing. I was making good money. I'm thinking homegirl over here was making way more money than me because she was paying all her bills on time. She was traveling. She'd go out, do all her things, whatever. I'm over here hustling, and I wasn't doing shit. Like, I literally was just working, and that's it. Come to find out, your girl had poor money management. Just poor money management.
Oh wait, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Homegirl would eat Taco Bell like 3 times
Damn,
a
dude.
day.
No, not 3 times a day. I was only eating like once a day.
No, but like Taco Bell, like this girl would have a feast on Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like would bring home like this big old bag, and I'm like, Taco Bell again? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Anyways, I was just eating out a lot. Let's say that. But it also wasn't just me. Anyways, that's beside the point. Okay. Regardless,
Weird.
I was spending my money all the time. And yeah, come to find out, I was actually making more than her.
Way more than me.
Way more than her.
Because she worked 2 jobs at the time.
Yeah.
I only worked 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because you were working at
yeah.
as like a, what was it? Like a,
I was an accounting assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I was an accountant assistant.
Accountant. But something yeah, like so that just fell back onto my poor money management skills. I didn't know anything really about finances. I've known how to hustle, I've known how to make money, but whenever it came to managing it, it just came back onto my lack of knowledge, my lack of discipline, and that's why I needed her.
She needs me.
Okay, so if we had to run through the 5 questions.
Looking at my phone, girl.
Yeah, because who's texting us?
Who else?
If we had to run through, like, what's your biggest tip, I guess you could say, since you're a financial guru?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is like your biggest tip whenever it comes to
not certified?
Yeah, not certified. But what's your biggest tip whenever it comes to like managing your finances?
Having separate accounts. I think that was one of like our biggest thing that I had always told you. I feel like if you have one account, you're not gonna know where your money's going. You are gonna know where your money is going, but like it's so easy to spend, right? Because like all your money is coming into one account, and like immediately, even if there's $1,000 coming into that account, you automatically think there's $1,000 I can spend. But then a lot of people don't take into accountability that they still have bills to pay.
Yeah.
Right. So then that's where people get overdrafts and they're like, oh shit, like this didn't come out, or like this and that. So
and those overdraft fees add up, because I remember I used to be like that. I'd be like, oh, in my account I have $300, for example, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna go do XYZ, and I wouldn't account that, hey, I have my phone bill coming up, I have this credit card bill that's being taken out, and so on, and I wouldn't count that into the 300 because I wasn't organized, obviously. So yeah, I would think I had 300, but I really didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like my tip, of course, like we've talked about this before, have multiple accounts. It's really easy to get, like, I guess you could call it slap happy, like when you see a large amount of money, but just remember, like, you have to distribute it. Be I'm trying to think of like the word, but like when you see money, don't automatically like jump on it. You know how like
don't get greedy, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. But like, you know how like, for instance, well, for us, like when we first got into the salon, we had a certain amount of money, and like immediately just went everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like it's not even like we sat down and like held it for a little bit. I think it's because our brains were just like, oh my god, this can go here, here, here. I feel like
we're like quick to spend. Yeah.
I feel like you really got to think about it. You know that whole saying where it's like, think before you say, think before you spend.
100%.
Ooh.
Dang. Okay, that's a good one.
Words of
so as like a personal, let's say you're talking to baby Shania, because I feel like you did help me flip my finances around a lot. So if you had to tell me to open up, let's say, the top 3 accounts to keep things separate, what would those be?
top three. Is this including a savings account or separate from a savings account? Like just all checkings accounts?
Yeah, let's say all check-ins accounts, and then
Okay.
we'll go into savings in a
I
little bit.
would do where your money comes into. So that's your so
Main
obviously
account.
yeah,
Okay.
your main account. So you're gonna have your main account. Literally it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be called main account, right?
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have your bills account and then you're gonna have like a spending account.
Okay. Kind of
And
like a an allowance in a
yeah.
sense. Okay.
And here is the trick. This is what I did. Well, what I've always done. So like I'll have multiple accounts and the only debit card that I have is for my spending account.
That's smart.
Because everything else that I have, like for bills or like my main one or whatever, your main one really doesn't need to be touched because your main one should only be like actually distributing to your other accounts, right? So, like, your main is going to distribute money to your spending account, to your bills account, and then, of course, to your savings account. That's just extra. But yeah, only have one card, and that's going to be your
Cool.
spending card.
Okay. And then for savings accounts, how many would you say for that?
Well, at the beginning, start off with one because I know it's hard, but once you become more advanced, of course, that's when you can start adding on. So depending on what you're wanting, of course, always have like a high yield savings account. This is going to be your savings account for if you want like home improvement or if
You want to go into an investment or
right.
start up a business.
So there could be like a long term and short term savings accounts.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different ways of going about this, but I mean, just starting off with one savings account is great.
Yeah.
And don't touch it. Don't touch it at all.
Yeah. I would actually recommend setting up your high yield savings account separate from where you have your checkings accounts, because if you're anything like how I used to be, if I saw the money, I was going to spend it. And even though I was bad at money management at the time, one thing I did have is my money diversified in multiple areas, and that actually did help me a lot. So I had multiple bank accounts. I had my money in a shoebox. I had my money in a car. I had my money like everywhere. I was into like investing and stuff like that. So anytime I really did need money or I would get low on funds, I knew where else to go. But that definitely helped having it separate. So then that way, like I didn't visually see it necessarily. And if you're saving, like she's saying, then that will help you as well. That kind of like a mind fuck or like a mind trick.
And I know for like some people it also helps instead of just having a card because that can be hard too. Like she says, if you see the accounts and they have money in them, all of a sudden you're switching this money to this account and all this stuff.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can always stuff envelopes. You can
true.
get cash out from the bank
Mhm.
and just use the cash for like let's say you have an envelope that says fund money. Once that's gone until your next pay period,
Your SOL.
yeah. And then
I don't know what to
honestly,
tell you.
it's honestly like you're grounded because
Yeah.
like shit, why did I spend that much money, right?
Yeah.
So
And then it also causes you to actually start thinking about what you're even spending your money on, because a lot of the times, why are you buying like this is always the example you use.
I already
Why are you
know.
using a snowflake waffle maker? Like
I love it. I love the snowflake waffle maker.
like that's an insider, but listen, like that's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Or just going to Target and wandering around and like you're just looking for some shit to spend, and that can be beneficial. Like if you have the spending money, that's fine.
Right.
But if you have a quote unquote allowance or a set amount of how much you can spend, you're gonna start to think about it a little bit more. And I don't know, like you're just gonna be a little bit more picky on your quote unquote wants. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like I mean even people who are good at, budgeting out and stuff like that, I mean sometimes we fuck up too. You know what I mean?
100%.
So like for example, I'll give you an example.
We're hold on before you say that. We're notorious for talking about things that we have actually gone through. We're
Yeah.
never gonna give you advice on something that we've not experienced.
No. When we get stressed out, we eat a lot.
We gained weight.
So when we opened up our lovely business venture, we were stressed. We
As
were
hell.
really stressed.
Oh my god.
But like we weren't making homemade food or we weren't like going to the grocery store and getting like groceries and all that stuff. We were eating out a lot. So then there's me because I'm the bookkeeper. I was like doing the books one day and then I saw how much money we spent on food and it was not okay.
And that was the 1 month that like in a sense, we hit profits for the business or for what we had going on. And it was funny because our quote unquote profits, we freaking ate it. So for the
So
longest, Shay and I
mad.
would joke around like, oh, well, we can't go do this, da da da, because we ate our profits. Or
Right.
like, we would just talk so much shit. It was so funny
And
though.
it's like because like right now we're also in the point of our business where we're still reinvesting into everything, right?
Yeah.
So like we don't I mean, we're not like big spenders or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Usually everything that we do is for the business, right?
Yeah.
So when I showed her this amount, like immediately me and her were like, absolutely not. Like
Yeah.
literally I think the
Cut that
next,
shit.
yeah, that next
That's
week
enough.
we literally cut it off like cold turkey. I think we did really, really good.
Yeah.
And so now like we're really big about like, we kind of really don't go out to eat unless it's someone's
A
like
special
birthday.
occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do smaller stuff. So like we love tacos and we love pizza.
Yeah.
But like that's more affordable than going out to restaurants. I mean, you guys know how inflation is. Plus drinks. Oh, don't even get me started because all of a
Your
sudden we
girl
think,
loves some cheese dips.
oh, your
And
girl
some
likes
margaritas.
margaritas.
No,
Yeah.
for real. Yeah. Yeah.
So
We definitely had to sit down, figure out like, okay, where is it that our money is going? Where is it that we can definitely cut back? And why the hell are we doing certain things? But then also, honestly, give yourself grace. Like, if you do happen to fall into a slippery slope or into a little hole, like, it's fine. You're going to be okay. But at least you're aware of it. So then that way you can be better moving forward. Give yourself grace. Our natural instinct is to just joke around about shit because life really isn't that serious. So, we caught where we were fucking up at. We were like, all right, this is what we got to do to get back on track. And that's exactly what we did.
and I feel like the number one thing that people do stress about is money because yeah, it can be stressful because unfortunately that's how the world does run.
Yeah.
But again, like just mindset is huge. Like just know where you're at and then know how you're going to be moving forward. So
Yeah.
like I literally budget everything. Like I said, I have multiple different accounts. I actually do Shania's finances. So like
For now.
yeah, for now, but like she's learned a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And so like don't again like she said don't be hard on yourself. I saw this thing the other day. Consistency is key, perfection is not.
For sure.
So like uh perfection is people, oh, you went 10 days straight for 10 days and then, you stopped. I know, it's from her post.
I was like, okay, so at first whenever you brought that up, I was like, is she quoting this? And
Yeah.
you said 10 days. Okay,
No,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'll include the post that I had, but
And then yeah, but it's just saying consistency is like even though you said you were gonna go 10 days, like you still went 7. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like just remember, okay, you spent an extra $5. It's fine. Next payday, let's just work on like not spending that extra $5.
Yeah.
You're gonna get there because like
yeah.
we still have flukes too. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to remember too, like our bodies will naturally go back to what we're used to or our normal habits. So breaking those habits can be hard, but it's going to take a longer period to break it, but it's 100% possible. You really do just have to learn how to be intentional. Like she said, sit down and budget. We do that once a week. So for those who are kind of just like, okay, like, yeah, you're talking about budgeting, but like, how do you budget? Like, you literally sit down, grab a piece of paper, write out all your bills, write out where all of your money is going, and start to slowly break down like, okay, this is how much I make, this is where it's going, can I continue to afford this? We had to get down to a point to where we were solely putting our money in 100% needs. I'm talking about no Netflix,
We cut
no
off
Hulu.
everything.
I'm talking about everything.
We're
Y'all,
not
we
there
haven't
no more.
listen, we hadn't gotten like a shopping spree or went and got like actual clothes or shoes or anything probably for like the past 2.5 almost 3 years.
Yeah.
We'll get little things here and there and we're naturally like thrifters and stuff like that, but regardless, like those are wants, those are not 100% needs. We have a closet full of clothes, like we have shoes on our feet, okay, like we'll be fine for right now. This is a minor thing that we're gonna have to cut back on for a little bit, so then that way it can push us forward 100%. And so then that way the money that technically we would use to maybe go buy like, I don't know, some pants or something, that can go towards a bill helping pay off something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So actually being disciplined for a small period of time so then that way you can get ahead is going to be one of the biggest game changers.
And don't live out of your means.
Yeah.
Just don't. If you see, I know like in this world, a lot of people are very materialistic. And
For sure.
look, you like what you like, but unfortunately, what does your paycheck say? You
Yeah,
know?
sometimes your budget doesn't match what you like, and
Yeah.
that's fine right now because again, you're making those investments to be better moving forward.
Yes.
And as you guys continue to watch our YouTube videos and stuff, hopefully you guys will be learning more about finances and how to invest and how to honestly grow your money. That's our overall goal, is to help teach people the things that we have learned, so then that way you can have the things that you truly do desire. But you're not going to get there if, like she said, like you're living out of your budget.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't do that. Also,
you're honestly setting yourself back.
multiple streams of income, but that'll be another time.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah,
fix your mindset.
please.
That's where it
Do.
honestly starts.
And
Like,
just know you can do it. If you think you're broke as hell now, believe me, we've been there.
literally
Been there.
Oh my
and
god.
you feel like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to get out of this hole. You just gotta start simple. Start simple. Like she said, write out your plan, get a piece of paper, and then start there, and then just keep moving forward.
For sure. I saw this thing whenever I first started wanting to learn how to improve my finances or improve my income. I was working at a call center at the time, and literally in the middle of my calls, I would be Googling like how to get rich, how to travel the world and still make money, like, all of that stuff. And the main thing that I saw that was consistent throughout the quote unquote rich people versus the quote unquote poor people was the rich people had investments in businesses. And so I was like, okay, I see the pattern. So how do I even get into business? How do I even get into investments and so on? So as I started to learn more about those things, which again we talk about, feel free to subscribe. But as I started to dive more into those things, I also recognized there's a difference in their mindset. Their relationship with money, their relationship with how they think about money, and their relationship with how they use money as a tool instead of a reward, in a sense, is completely different. And there was this video I actually saw, it was by Grant Cardone, and he was actually talking about the only difference between the rich and the poor is their mindset. And I remember sitting there, you're probably like, all right, that's some bullshit, whatever, because I said the same exact thing. I was like, there is no way. But whenever you really sit back and you actually talk to millionaire mentors, or you talk to people who actually have the finances that you desire, compared to where I used to be at that point in time in that cubicle, making shit money, in debt, credit score trash, like accounts always being overdrawn. I'm talking about always being overdrawn. All my credit cards were racked up, behind on bills, like all this shit. Barely able to put gas in my car, but somehow, figuring it out. But the only thing,
she's broke, guys.
Yeah, I was broke as shit, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But the only thing that the difference was my mindset whenever it came to money. I was making more than she was, and somehow homegirl was out here living her best life, all because of the fact that she saw money as from a different perspective.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys will continue to grow and learn more, and honestly, it's 100% possible.
You got this.
Yeah.
We believe in
Learn
you.
how to believe in yourself. Affirmations is going to be your best friend. Continue to seek information to help change your situations, because I promise it's 100% possible. But make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Come be our friend.
Yeah, join us for Money Mondays every Monday. And hopefully you guys will learn a lot more to be better, because that's the goal on why it is that we're teaching you guys all of this. So
see you next Monday.
Bye.